Let's now discuss the alignment for the defensive line. Alignment for the defensive line. This begins with the Sam linebacker, the strong side linebacker, declaring strength to the rest of the defense. This is very, very important because this is the first thing that must happen when the offense begins taking their position. On the defensive side of the ball, Sam sets things in motion by first looking and declaring to the rest of our defense where the strength is. If the strength is to the right, he's going to yell out, "Roger, Roger, Roger." If strength is to the left, he's going to yell out, "Louie, Louie, Louie." All right? Now, how does he determine where the strength is? Okay? He's going to look for the tight end or the slot back. That's going to be a big tip-off to him as to where the strength is and where the offense is probably going to run the ball if they are going to run the ball. If there are two tight ends, he will have to factor in where the sidelines are, the width of the field, if the far side is on the right or the left toward the sideline. He also is going to look at the size of the tight end. If there's one tight end that's a real big guy, all right, and they're always running towards that guy, well, he's going to weigh that in his decision as to where the strong side is. We want our Sam linebacker to be lined up on the strong side of the field, and he determines where that's going to be. All right? So in this particular case, looking at this formation here, we can see that the tight end is on the left. So our Sam linebacker is going to yell out, "Louie, Louie, Louie," and he's going to align himself in a 7-tech position, okay, with his outside ear towards the inside ear of the tight end. This is a 7-tech right here. He's going to line up to the inside in a 2-point stance. Okay? Now, let's take a little example here. If we have two tight ends, this is a full backfield here, and if the wide side is over to the right and the sideline is kind of narrow on the left, what would our Sam linebacker do? Well, in this case, he's going to yell out, "Roger, Roger, Roger," and then line up in a 7-tech to the inside of the right tight end. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Here's another formation. Where would Sam line up here? Where's the tight end? He would yell out, "Roger, Roger, Roger," and line up right there. Okay? Now, let's look at a little bit of a different formation here. Now we have no tight end. The ends are wide in this case, over here and over here. Okay? And we have a slot back. Okay, now the Sam is going to look at that slot back and go, well, I think strength is still on the right side, and he's going to yell out, "Roger, Roger, Roger," and line up off of the slot back. Now look, when he has to line up in front of a slot, okay, or a receiver off the line of scrimmage, he is going to mirror the depth. In other words, if the receiver is off the line, our Sam is going to be off the line as well. And he's going to shade him to the inside. Okay? All right, let's see here. Now, here's another formation. We have now a tight end on the right. Okay? 3 receivers. And then it looks like this receiver now is lined up as a fullback. What should Sam do in this case? Well, he might look at this and say, you know what? I think the strong side is on the left. Yells out, "Louie, Louie, Louie," and then lines up on the left in front of that slot back over there. Okay? And then everything falls into place after that. Now, after the Sam linebacker does that, what happens next? The nose guard, whom we're also going to call Nick. Okay? Nick is our nose guard. And he's going to count 3 men down from Sam and line head up on that player. So in this case, if Sam yells, "Louie, Louie, Louie," aligns in front of this tight end, we count 1, 2, 3, okay, and then line up head up right in front of that guy. Okay, just like that. All right, this is the next thing that occurs. Okay, first Sam, now Nick, then everyone else falls into place. Here's another example. Sam yells out, "Roger, Roger, Roger." Where is Nick going to line up? Right there. 3 down, 3 men down. Here's another one. Sam lines up in front of this slot back. We count 1, 2, 3. Lines up right there. Okay. Here's another offense. Might look familiar. Little tricky though. Sam yells out, "Louie, Louie." Lines up on the left. Count 3 men down. Point to where Nick should line up. That's right. He is not lining up in front of the snapper. This is an unbalanced line. And so he's going to line up in front of a player other than someone that's going to snap the ball. This is not the normal way of lining up as you might see it. Here's the ball. He's instead lining up over here. So we have a natural way of accounting for unbalanced lines like this. Now, after Nick lines up, what happens after that? Well, the guards and the defensive ends then have to fill into their places. Okay, and so what happens? The guards line up in 3 techs with their inside ear to the offensive guard's outside ear. The inside ear to the outside ear, they're aiming right for that shoulder. Okay, the other one lines up in the same place, aiming right for that shoulder there. After this, the defensive ends, where do they line up? They're going to come out here to the 1 to 2 yards outside the end men on the line of scrimmage. 1 to 2 yards outside the end men on the line of scrimmage. These are the tight ends. 1 to 2 yards outside here is where we want them. We do not want them to be blocked. Okay, we do not want them to be real tight aiming at this shoulder. You know, that guy could then block them. We don't want that. We want them out here far enough where they could run 2 steps up and immediately get into the backfield unimpeded. Okay? Now, let's just run through this. Let's take a few examples. Here's a formation. Let's just see this. Where would Sam go and what would he yell? Roger, Roger, Roger. He goes there. Then the Nick counts 3 down. Then the guards fill in. And then the ends. Now, what if Sam had said, you know what? I think that other slot back is where they're going to run towards. And he lines up against the slot back instead of the tight end. Now what happens? Well, same thing. Nick fills into his place, followed by the guards, and then the defensive ends. Thanks for watching. If you need to watch this again in order to really get it, please do so.